apply an even layer to the
Careful,
cubes.
careful.
Ah!
Oh my god, you're like...
I almost wasted it all.
Hey guys, I'm Mick.
I'm Mike.
Thank you so much for hanging out with us today and joining us for a all-new episode of Sit Down with Mick and Mike. Our last one was like
a year ago, I think.
We had a sit down about the My Little Pony movie review, which was really fun, and it was nice to just kind of like sit down and have a chat. So the topic of our sit down with Mick and Mike is going to be similar to the last one because it does involve
My Little Pony.
And we are going to be reviewing the GlamGlow Gravitymud masks.
Ooh.
So I picked up Twilight Sparkles.
And I picked up Princess Luna, because everyone knows I love
These
her.
are iconic and amazing, and we've been dying to get them on because we've had them for a little while now. At the same time, while we review and put these masks on, we thought it'd be fun to just have like a little chat about...
You know, just discuss relationships and dating and how that works when you're a collector.
Yeah,
so,
I think collecting and dating.
That's it. So
and how does it come up?
The topic of today's mask chat is collecting and dating.
So we come from like two really different spectrums of, I guess, or two scenarios that are super different.
Yes.
Mike,
I've been in a long-term relationship for almost 9 years now, and I've been recently engaged in last August.
And you're looking at the best man.
And this is my best man over here. So, being in a long-term relationship for that amount of time, you know, this entire doll collecting, toy collecting thing has come up, and my lovely fiance, Charles, had to kind of step his little toes into this entire world, and I had one way about going about it, and he was super understanding. And Mick, on the other hand,
is like in a different boat, I guess, sailing on a different ocean. Being single, yeah, I've been single for a little while, and it'll be fun, I think, just to like talk a little bit about the two different scenarios and getting your feedback and your experiences in the comments below. I think it's like, it's such a relevant topic, being an adult and collecting, and then how does that come up, and how do you, when do you talk about it?
What's the right time? Yeah. How do you say it, especially depending on what you collect?
Yeah.
You know, every time that we say that we're collectors, or when people
like
that
adult
we know,
collectors means like, what are you collecting?
Yeah, like when people start tuning into the channel, they start seeing that we have a ton of Barbies. Everyone kind of references.
It's all, yeah, it depends.
They reference the Sex and the City scene where Stanford dates the guy that has like a ton of ton of like porcelain dolls on his bed. So I think there's a lot of things that we want to demystify in this chat, and kind of,
experiences that we've had, and like how people have handled us kind of telling them about what we do and all that.
Well, first, let's show you.
Oh yeah, we're so funny.
Well, it's not only about the chat.
We are going to talk a little bit about the masks. We're gonna get them on, and then we'll be back. And while we wait for them to kind of settle in and dry, we'll have a little discussion. And I hope you guys are all very, very interactive, and join us in the comments below, because I think it'll be really fun to share our experiences.
Yeah, and we look forward to answering any questions that you guys have or concerns.
We are not a couple. I think this will be the first official time.
Together.
We are not together, because that does come up quite often in chats or questions, and I guess the assumption of us always being together and having our collection and all that is like, oh, you guys are together, and it's like, no, I've known Mike since we were like 4, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we've been best friends since forever.
Forever.
So yeah, that finally officially answers the question, if we're together, it's a no. So this is the mask, this is the box. We showed it a little earlier, but it's really, I mean, the packaging was just perfect.
Yeah.
These retailed for $75 Canadian, which, I mean, look, if it didn't have My Little Pony on it, I don't think I would have bought it.
Yeah, I know. I think it's a really good collaboration.
I'm not so into like, I think like, but the overall aesthetics of the box and everything really caught my attention, and like, so as you open it, it says, "Hello, sexy."
Hello, sexy.
I'm hoping that's directed to us.
Ooh,
it's so nice.
Ooh, what does yours look like?
Oh
wow. So this is the Princess Luna one.
Is your top black?
No,
it's silver. As well.
So cute.
Yeah. So that's what you open it. Oh my God, there's stickers.
Ah! Oh wow.
My gosh.
Oh, there's an applicator.
That's amazing.
Oh, wow.
Are the stickers the same? Yeah. So the stickers are the same. So Mike, you can show yours because they're all going to be the same.
These are, here you go.
Perfect.
Look how beautiful these are. There's Pinkie Pie, Rarity, and Twilight, and Princess Luna. Which is funny because There's no rarity mask.
Yeah, I was just asking myself, like, why is she
There's
in
Pinkie
there?
Pie, there's Princess Luna, and Twilight Sparkle. It's funny that they have...
But Rarity is like
Rarity
so
would be
fitting
using it,
though
so-
for like a glam mask.
Super cute.
You get a little applicator, which is adorable, and it's
It's the same?
yeah,
Pink?
it's the same one. It's pink.
Yeah.
So
Super cute.
it's rubber at the top, and then it has
Oh, wow.
a black little handle. Really cute.
Very cute. Oh, wow.
It's so like heavy.
Guys, look at that. It says My Little Pony and GlamGlow. It's stunning.
And
Oh, wow.
Are you ready to open it? I want to open it. Gravitymud. I've seen photos, and I have.
Well, the photos that the promotional photos look really cool. So I hope.
Okay, so it's sealed.
And now this mask is a firming treatment. So for anybody that's interested in purchasing it, it's a firming treatment.
Ooh, I'm not gonna take the lid off completely because I don't want it to like waste. But that's what it looks like
Woo!
in the lid. I don't even know if that's translated.
Oh, wow.
It's so bright
Oh.
and sparkly.
Oh, wow. Oh, my God.
Ah, yours has stars in it.
Oh, my God.
smells
Look
so
at
good.
that.
It smells kind of
Oh,
like
wow. It smells
tropical
delicious.
vacation.
It's very thick looking. Okay, so it says, stir before use. If required, apply an even layer to the clean skin with applicator, avoiding eyebrows and hairline. Dry time varies based on the thickness of the application. Leave on until completely dry. Gently peel off your edges. If any excess mask remains, wipe from face. Use twice a week. Wow, that's amazing. I'm very excited.
So we're gonna head out quickly, put on the mask,
We'll be right back.
and we'll be right back. Alright guys, so we're back. As you can see, we are glammed up and sparkly as ever.
Ooh, look at us in our Gravitymud.
I'm not sure if it translates on camera soon.
I don't know. Mine, I just like right now. What I'm seeing is just like full on black, but there are sparkly
Lots
stars.
of stars in yours. Mine's just like glittery galaxy looking purple. I think it's really nice. So the overall sensation when it goes on, it's cool, super tingly, and now I can feel it like tightening up on my skin as it's drying.
Oh yeah.
So I think it'll be fun to see what the overall effect is at the end.
Yeah. So
In the
how long do we have to
meantime-
keep this on? 15 minutes?
Yeah, like 10 to 15 minutes, I believe.
Okay.
Let's just see to make sure. It varies. So let's say like.
Let's have a
10
little
minutes.
chat and see how long that's.
Yeah, in the meantime, we're gonna get back to our topic of today with our sit down. And it's gonna be just dating.
So let's kick it off, Mickey.
Kick it
so
off.
what did you want to start talking about?
I don't know, I just felt like I talked to Mike about this quite often in the sense where I've dated in the past before like collecting became a part of my life again. Now that it's so important in my life, it's something that I want to talk about. And I feel that if you go on a first date, I think the big question basically is when is the right time to bring it up, right?
Right. I think that's
You know,
a very
especially
valid
like
point.
you don't know the person, you potentially might hit it off, and then they ask, so what are your passions, or what are you passionate about, or what are your hobbies, and you're like, well, I like, you know.
dolls and toys. And
So if you don't
collectibles.
mention what you're passionate about, it kind of leaves you, I feel,
like they're not going to be able to
Nor-
connect with you or something.
yeah, I just think like it becomes very like, you kind of generalize yourself as,
A regular person.
yeah, and I say regular, not in a bad way, but I mean like, oh, I go to the movies,
Like
or I
everyone
go to
else.
shop, or I like
Yeah.
go to work. But no, it's like we have this other side to us where we're super passionate about just creating content, and it goes more than just the collecting. It's the overall like our channel and our collecting, the dolls, and why we collect, and then how big our collection is, and where do you put all this stuff, and then so it does open up like a floodgate of questions after. But at the same time, the way I started seeing it is that if I hold it back, because I used to hold it back at the beginning, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah,
I would not talk about it. Like if you asked me, I was like, you know, I would not bring it up because it's like, how do you tell someone you've never met before that you collect dolls? You're like 30 years old and you collect toys and dolls, right?
Exactly. Kind of like it usually will like send off some red flags. I'm pretty
It
sure.
could, I
and
mean-
it's very scary that you can't, you know, express this part of yourself that you are so passionate, and you're not sharing this passion with other people. So how can that person get to know you if
Yeah.
you're not able to share? So I think ultimately it's always about finding that safe space with whoever you're with. If it's a new person that you're just starting to see, or if it's somebody that you've been with for, you know, a couple weeks, months,
even
maybe
years, right? Because
years.
how do you bring that up? As like scary as it can seem to bring it up to a stranger, even more so to someone you've been with for so long.
Or a friend, or, you know, like, let's say we're lucky that we're best friends and we like all the same things, and we've had kind of this network to just feed off of all of the same things in our universe. But, you know, we both have extended friendships with other people, and, you know, it's kind of hard to be like, hey, yeah, I just spent, you know, $150 on dolls at Toys R Us this week because they were having a sale. And, you know, for somebody to some people don't understand it. And at least for me and my network of friends, everyone has been super, you know, accepting of this entire journey and process. But they finally understood. They're like, oh, okay, so you're really serious about this. It's not just you want to buy some things and fill a room or fill a closet, or you just like it and it's a whim. It's like, wow, you're really passionate. You really look at the details and the constructions. And I've had a bunch of my straight friends come up to me at parties and, like, they look at me and they're like, I really commend you for what you do. I am so happy that I see how passionate you are about this. And they're like, I don't know anything that you're talking about. I don't know any of the brands. I don't know any of the dolls. But they're like, I enjoy seeing you speak so passionately about something.
Collecting is so inclusive, and I think it doesn't matter what gender you are, what sexuality you are. It's just everyone can have that passion. A lot of the comments, like Mike was saying, is that they might not understand what we're collecting, but a lot of the feedback or the comments I receive too is that, like, it's just so amazing to see you put yourself out there and do something you're passionate about. And I think that's when, like, the confidence started building, and that's when it's with our friends mostly. And then when I started going on dates, I was less afraid to, like, bring it up. And I'm like, you know, at the end of the day, if this person will potentially become someone important in my life, it's better that they know now that this is something that I like and that I do, because I made it very clear, and, like, I understand that too, is like, I don't want to necessarily date someone that is exactly the same way as I am, that has to love what I love. It could happen, and that's great, but if it doesn't, the important thing for me is that it's someone who just accepts it and understands that it's something that's important to me. And that's pretty much it. So I think, like, you kind of, once you're really comfortable with it and you speak of it too with confidence, because if you bring it up and you're like, well, I kind of like, well, it's kind of weird, like, I don't want to really talk, like, tell you, like, I don't want you to freak out, but I kind of like, when you build it up that way, obviously the person's gonna be like, okay, what's happening, like, what's coming? But if you say, oh, I do this, like, I create content for my YouTube channel and I collect Barbie, or I collect dolls or figures, and
I think that's what it all comes down to at the end of the day. It's just being confident in what you like and why you like what you like and why you do something.
Make sure you do it like a lady. No.
And we're talking about collecting dolls and toys and My Little Pony and Sailor Moon and anime and plushies and all of that stuff. But, you know, there's people that may be watching this that are like, you know, you're really into video games. My fiance, my boyfriend is really into gaming. And he'll play games for hours on end on his PlayStation, and, you know, that's something he's passionate about, and he'll play old games over and over and over again, and that's something that in itself is its own network. So being a collector or collecting anything has its own niche group of people that you can find and connect with. So it's just about sharing that. Maybe being a gamer is much more accepted because, oh, there's so many people that play video games. Well, if we still spoke with the same passion and conviction as those gamers, people will be much more willing to accept what we do and look at it as an art form of, you know, the beauty of things and the fun of life that we used to have as when we were a child.
Right.
You know, it's about bringing that little bit of happiness back.
And I think there's a really big shout out and thank you that I think both of us want to give out there too, is that before we started this channel, like, a lot of people gave us the confidence too to be like, wow, like, there's other guys, not even just adults, like, there's other guys out there that are collecting dolls. And I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. And I started watching, like, some really great people, and it gave me so much confidence, and it made it feel like there's people out there, and, like, you're not alone, and it's cool and it's okay. And not everyone's gonna understand, and that's, like, with anything. It's not just collecting. It could be, I mean, almost types of music. Not everyone likes the same type of music. Not everyone dresses the same way. Not everyone, like, so I think it's important to accept that things are different, but when you find people that are, like, that you have things in common with, it's to embrace it. And I think that's what this channel has done. We've been able to make contact with so many cool people all over the world, and we're so grateful. And I think
I think it
ties in with the dating, but also just as a friendship level, it's great to be confident and open. And then, and then dating is like.
Well, I think in terms of dating, like like I said, it comes from a place of confidence and what you want to share with that person. But also, you know, I used to be very embarrassed that I used to love Sailor Moon before all of this like 25th anniversary stuff's happening. Like I would be into like collecting the old toys and all of like the stuff from the 90s and
not telling anyone about it.
And not telling anyone about it and, you know, getting these great items that no one would really care about today, but to me it meant something. And you know, with social media nowadays, like we can connect with all kinds of similar people that are on the internet, and like through this channel and with Instagram and social media in general, I've been able to see and collect and look at other collectors that I'm like, wow, I'm not the only one.
And not only that, I think people sometimes gasp when we're like, oh, like, yeah, this costs this much, but you know, people go out for dinners that cost just as much, or people, like, you choose where you spend your money, I think, and that's like a whole other topic that we would love to do more of these sit downs. So if ever you guys are interested, like, we'd like to touch in on other things about collecting and just different parts of our lifestyle, and what we kind of
just living as collectors. Pretty much.
I think it was important, and we'd love to hear your feedback about dating. And for those of you who are in relationships, how was that for you? And like, how was the transition, or like, how did you kind of inform, I guess, your partner?
Yeah, like just use the comments below to share your story.
I know that we usually always have things to review, but today we're like, you know, let's just have a chat. It's something that we always talk about. I think that was the lesson that I learned the most, was just approach it with confidence and be very proud of what you do, and it's with anything, I think it's gonna always come out with a positive result. Yeah,
and it's never too late to tell the person that you're with, or the person that you're starting to date, or
it's like a coming out celebration. Even your friends,
like, it's almost like a coming out.
It is a coming out.
But like, you know, tell your friends, tell your family.
You're like, you sit down like, I have something to tell you.
I have some serious information.
All right, guys, so we're gonna try to attempt taking this off on camera because it is really dry now, and I think, oh no, it's still a bit wet.
I have like a bit that's coming off down, but
I'm still a little wet here.
I got it. I think I got it.
Oh yeah, I got it too. Ooh.
Oh wow. Look at this guy. Oh, some of it's wet still though.
Oh my gosh. Hi, my mask has off.
How? Oh
yeah,
my.
yours is still a little wet.
Oh, but this is so satisfying. Oh my god. Wow.
Yeah, you're gonna have to wash your face. Mine's not so. I don't have that much glitter left on it. I think I have just a little bit here. Because it got in my...
That was amazing. I still have some... Here, it's a little wet still.
Ooh, it's here. That's what it looks like. So, that's pretty nice. Feels really fresh. I have a little bit of glitter, but it's not so bad. Okay, you're like...
I'm still doing a mask right now.
Yeah, yours is still a bit moist.
Yeah, I have some like moist areas. Glitter face.
All right, guys, we really hope you enjoyed our sit down with Mick and Mike on dating as a collector. These awesome face masks from GlamGlow with My Little Pony. I mean, like, it's a match made in heaven. The result is quite nice. I feel pretty.
I still look like a hot mess.
Yeah, Mike still.
So I'm gonna go wash off my face.
Yeah. Please make sure to like, comment, subscribe to our channel for more videos, and
follow us on Instagram at Mick and Mike. And we'll catch you guys in our next review.
Later.